Assalamu alaikum students. Today this is our lesson on literature. The novel that we are going to study in class PC is My Family and Other Animals. Well, it's a very interesting novel and you will all enjoy it. The objectives of the reading the novel is to get acquainted with the flat and round characters of the novel. Means all the characters in the novel, especially the main character, and then build connections and relationships with the story of the novel and construct meanings. Connections means your connection with the novel, and you will when you read the novel find your connection, find connected with that the series of experiences that the writer goes through as a child. Okay, now let's have a short introduction about the writer and the novel. Well, the writer has given a short summary and analysis about the novel, and well, he was a very little boy, about 10 to 11 years old, when he shifted to an island of Corfu of Greece from England. The novel is a very interesting piece of zoology, nature, fauna, etc. Because being a boy, Gerald likes going through the environment around him. He goes through the little insects, observes them, notices them, what they're doing and how they are living and how do they survive and everything. So whenever he sees such interesting things, he starts collecting them at home. So it's a very interesting story. The novel succeeds in being a creative mixture of natural history, study and autobiographical account of the Durrell family as they live on the Corfu for 5 years. So it's a 5-year stay over there, of which accounts are all gathered in that book, and it's a creative introduction to Gerald Durrell, the child animal collector. And the novel is a humorous study on human and animal behavior. Yes, there is humor in it, and you'll enjoy it the way it's mentioned in the book. Gerald Durrell attempts to explain why the story is mainly about his family, though it was not his original intention. Most of the time you'll see that he keeps on describing his brother, his sister, his mom, their mood swings and what they do around and how do they carry and face the different changes of climate and people while they're staying on that island. And then the book also succeeds in preserving the impressions of the 10 to 15-year-old Gerald extremely vividly with a great deal of light-hearted humor. Not only light-hearted humor, but also the detailed description given by the writer when he goes and watches the insects, the people around him, the way they speak, and the way they interact with each other and their beliefs and customs and cultures. It's a very detailed description given there, and this will further help you out in writing a descriptive essay. Okay, the summary of the novel. Well, I just told it's an autobiographical account of the writer Gerald Durrell. He was 10 years old when he had to leave his homeland and come to this island of Corfu with his family and a pet dog. The book is divided into 3 sections. The first one is living in the 3 different villas where they are on that island and how they survived over there and the experiences that they all shared. Then Gerald, being the youngest of the family, with a family of his mother, who is a widower, then his eldest brother Larry, then Leslie, who is always obsessed about his guns, and then his sister Margot, who is always obsessed about dieting, and then his favorite pet dog called Roger. Well, they are fiercely protected. There is a taxi driver who keeps taking them around the whole island, whose name is Spyro, and he becomes very strict about certain things and overprotective as well. And then he has a very good mentor or a tutor, you could say, called Dr. Theodore and Stephanies, who provides Gerald with his education in natural history. He shares lots of his experiences, observations with little Gerald, and then Gerald really finds it interesting and indulges into so many other different activities. And there are different other characteristics as well in the whole novel, like his tutor. They also change, and the different other tutors that he has to come across, and then the visitors that they meet, and the people, the local people, and the neighborhood whom they befriend as a family. And then in the end, last but not the least, you will all have to read the introduction and the beginning of the novel and the first chapter as a beginning. The first chapter is the short introduction of how they migrated from England to this island and what are the changes that they had to face and how they managed, how they adapted to the whole thing. Thank you.